Hey, it's James from Marketing for Restaurants here, and welcome to episode 44 of Secret Sauce, the restaurant marketing podcast. Grace Choy and how she built the most liked Chinese restaurant on Facebook.
Some restaurants are quiet, lose money, and the owner works 70 hours a week. Other restaurants are busy, profitable, and the owners work a few hours a day. What's the difference? They have a secret sauce. Join James from Marketing for Restaurants as he helps you come up with your recipe for restaurant success. Your secret sauce.
Welcome back, everyone. Normally I ask how people got on with the previous podcast. I don't really need to ask about our interview with Chef Anna Ross from Hisha Franco. I felt very honoured to be able to speak to her and to share her inspiring story with everyone. And we've been getting, this is probably the most feedback we've had for any of the podcasts that we've done because it is really such an amazing story. So if you haven't listened to it, have a listen to it now. In a very, very similar vein, I was able to talk today with a lovely lady, Grace Choy. Now, she runs a private dining restaurant in Hong Kong. A very humble lady, very, very talented at Facebook marketing. So much so that she runs the most liked Chinese restaurant on Facebook. She's got some amazing accolades. She's described as Hong Kong's Iron Lady of private dining. She's nothing like that. She's a lovely lady, very, very talented at Facebook marketing, and it was a real pleasure to interview her and find out a little bit about her story. And the thing that I think is amazing about this is that she's got the story that so many of our customers have got. Went into hospitality not because she wanted to, but really was kind of forced into it. And has been able to build up a restaurant business now that is booked out 2 weeks in advance, taking prepayments on the back of her amazing food. And as we talk, there's so many people out there with amazing food who aren't booked out 2 weeks in advance. She's been able to back up that amazing food with some amazing Facebook marketing. So we're going to delve into that story a little bit later. Before we talk about that, though, I want to talk quickly about some research that we did at Marketing for Restaurants over the last couple of weeks. We've got a bit of a comparison between a whole range of online booking systems. So you've got Dimmy, Quandu, OpenTable. We also look at Tock out of the United States, and Obi, an Australian-made system, and, of course, our free online restaurant booking system. I think that more and more we're talking to restaurant owners who are becoming increasingly worried about the privacy implications of the booking system that they use, because too many are either taking the restaurant's email details and not giving them to the restaurant, which I just think is absolute madness. You should rule out any system that does that out of hand because it's their customer, not yours. And if it's on your website, then you're giving them a customer. They are in between you and your customer, and they'll be sending emails on behalf of other restaurants. Absolutely crazy. But even those who are sharing the emails from them, the number one thing I suggest to restaurant owners all around the world is sign up with a Gmail account to make a booking on your own restaurant and see what kind of marketing material. And it's amazing how many restaurant owners email us back and say, I had no idea what was being sent out to our customers. This is why lack of control over your email database, I think, is the number one reason for decreasing customer loyalty in 2017. We see it time and time and time again, and restaurant owners get really upset when they realize the damage that they've done to their brand, to their restaurant, to their revenue stream because of the fact that they've been sharing out their email addresses with a booking company. So I'll include a link in the show notes to this. Have a read of it. If you do bookings in any way, shape or form, definitely have a look at it because I think that it's something that you really, really need to think about as a part of your marketing strategy. Now, I'm not saying to use some of the aggregators like OpenTable, Quandu and Dimmy. I'm just saying you would never want to put them on your website because you don't want them to find out about your customers. You want access to their customers, but please, the last thing you should be doing is giving them access to your customers. So, with that, let's have a listen to Grace and how she has been able to get so much amazing PR and to build up such an amazing Facebook following. Welcome to the show, Grace.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, James.
Now,
my pleasure.
So, do you want to just tell all of the listeners a little bit about your story? How was it that you got into running a restaurant?
Oh, I have this humble kitchen myself starting from 2010. And then before that, I am an office lady. I am a secretary. Then one day I found because I love cooking since I was like 10 years old, but I don't have a chance to cook because, the parents, I born from a single parent family. My father died since I was 5, and my mother take care of the brothers and sisters alone. Then I learned a little bit from her. I don't cook because my mother cooked all the time in the family, and she died in 2003. And she gave me a lot of inspiration in cooking. And apart from my mother and my mother-in-law, and she is a good cook as well. And they both gave me a lot of the inspiration. My mother-in-law is still alive.
Yeah.
She cooks very good as well. Both women gave me a lot of the inspiration in cooking. Then I love cooking. Then I choose the career to start to cook for the the career. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people need that inspiration to get started. So how did you start the restaurant then?
This is just a humble one, James. It's just in the countryside where I born. I born in Yuen Long, which is in the countryside of Hong Kong, the New Territories, and I born in Yuen Long. Then I have, luckily, I have a small shop here, which is my own property. Then I can, the rental in Hong Kong is crazy. So luckily, I bought here not very expensive. Then I can do the cooking myself, and then I cook home cooking mostly. Then for the customers, and they like my cooking. And I think the most important thing is I always here in the restaurant. People coming, want to see me, and then I talk to people, a very personalized, very customized, and very high-touch thing that I don't know, that they love my food. Attracts people coming to eat my food. Word of mouth is very much. And then I start the social media. I sharing. It's a lot of share. I do a lot of share. Yeah. And the high-touch things is most important. I will talk to the customers. Most of the time, I will ask them, how's the food? And that just became with the customer. And then, we have very good interactive every night. And I don't know why, but I like doing these things. Yeah.
Beautiful. So it's a private dining type restaurant then?
Yes. Before I have some walk-in customers, I run this restaurant 6-7 years. For the first 3 years, I will just cook very walk-in customers. After 3 years, I take only the reservation.
Excellent.
Because I have very, very much word of mouth. Then I want to make better food.
Yep.
Then I start to cook better food. Then I don't take the walk-in. It doesn't mean that the walk-in customer, they eat and no good food, because I want to more concentrate on the private dinner. That's why I start not to do the walk-in customer a few years ago, and then just do the reservation now. Yeah.
Excellent. How did you get started in social media? So what was it that made you think that, Facebook and YouTube might be useful in running your restaurant?
Because I want to share my recipe and my cooking, because my humble kitchen is really small, just 20 seats maximum. Then I want to let more people know about my cooking. I want to do more sharing. Then I start my social media on 2011.
So 2011. And what was that?
Yes.
What did you start out on? What was the first platform?
Start on the Facebook. Yeah.
And how did that go for you?
It's good because I will post my food, and I do cooking video all the time to share my food, and they love it. I can talk to people, talk to the fans every time that we are very interactive. Yeah, that is what I want to do. Yes. I like sharing.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Which other platforms do you use now?
Facebook, I use a lot Facebook, and I use also, if you think it's more commercial way, I will use LinkedIn.
Which is where we met.
Yeah, the LinkedIn.
LinkedIn,
yeah, and
yes.
then I use the LinkedIn. I use Twitter as well, but I'm not very active in Twitter, but still going good, even though. But we use Facebook all the time. Yeah, I get used to. Yeah, I didn't know how to create any more the social media. I just know how to use Facebook. Yeah.
And you're not doing too badly at it, because having a look now, you've got 431,000 people who
Yes. Yes.
who like your page, which is a phenomenal number.
Thank you very much. It's my luck.
Well, and I think it's the content that you're putting up. It's really interesting. The video. When did you start getting into video?
I started videos actually 2 years ago. I start to accept just posting the food photo, and I start the video cooking. I cook myself. And then, I start the video is for free. I mean, on my Facebook 2 years ago. And they are the people love it very much. Whenever I have any ideas in cooking new food, and I found the ingredients, then I will like to share to people. I don't mind I let them have the recipe.
It's amazing the interaction that you get. So thousands of, I'm looking at one of the videos now, 150,000 views, almost 1,000 shares. So they are huge numbers.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
The videos look really slick. How do you prepare them?
I will go to the market every day, as you show, and then I will cook, and then my husband, and he's working we're working together, and he took the do the video for me, and then do the editing. Yeah, because we don't have much money to spend on hiring a crew photographer to do it for us.
Well, and that's one of the really big things, I think, is that technology has allowed everyone the ability to, 5 years ago, you'd have to get a film crew in to shoot these kind of videos, which meant that there was very few chefs who were able to access this. Now, what is it that he films it on? Does he film it on a phone or on a camera?
We have the camera. We bought a professional camera.
Yep.
I mean, my husband is very much like doing this field of job. I mean, he's quite professional, my husband. Yeah, and he do the editing all the way, and so taking the video, editing, and I write the recipe, and make the video not more than 1 minute. Yeah, because we have an experience before the video over 5 minutes, nobody will interested to see it. So we try to make it simple. Yeah. Nowadays, the people don't like to see the video, especially cooking video for over 5 minutes. We do the video 10 minutes. It's boring. Yes.
So how often would you post on Facebook? Do you have a schedule?
I will. Yeah, I have a schedule. I have scheduled once. I have just finished my 50 recipes of Grace. I think it's a few months ago. I will start to have another once a week now. I'm always thinking the new recipe, new ingredients to share, because my strength, I can say my strength is cooking. Then I want to share as much as I can, even though, I don't mind, as I said, I don't mind to let them know the recipes. The more I can create it, that's this, the people like it and encourage me to do more for them.
Exactly. Do you know how many people, what analytics do you look at? Do you look at any of the, or do you just basically look at how many people are viewing it and how many shares you get and the number of comments? Do you look at any of the advanced analytics? I
will check the engagement, because I want to more focus on engagement, and then the people and the comment is very important for me. The comment is most important, because I want to see people's comments and how they like, or sometimes I might receive not a very good response. It's normal, I think, for every people who's sharing the recipe. People like it, but luckily, majority people like my recipe, my video. I'm very lucky. Yeah. They
love them, don't they?
Yeah.
What sort of videos is it that you find get the best engagement?
I don't know. I really don't know. I just do the best I can. I don't know really. Honestly, I just do the video from the heart every day. I mean, every time, and then I show to people what ingredient I got, and I will cook for you today. I will share to you today what dish today. Then I really don't know, but the food, I mean, the recipe is good, and I can gain many likes, many engagement, many. I really don't know.
Well, it's certainly working for you, looking at the number of people who are watching the videos. Now, one question,
Yes.
do you run ads for those videos? Do you actually promote them at all? Do you spend any money to promote the ads, or is it all organic?
Promote the video. I will say sometimes I would do a little bit like the promotion. Not really much, because I didn't know how to promote it. But yeah.
Do you run any ads though? Facebook ads?
Yeah, Facebook.
Yep. Now, how have you seen social media change over the 7 years that you've been doing it?
Well, it's a very difficult question. I really don't know how. I mean, yeah, the social media is important. I mean, you want people to know what you are doing. You have to do it.
How much time would you spend every day on Facebook?
How much time? I think, except for the video, I think 1 hour. 1 hour, because I try my best, because I have customers eating, like I work 4 to 5 days a week, and I spend a lot of time. I going to the market in the morning, cooking, and then do some dishwashing as well. So I will spend not more than 2 hours. Yeah, the maximum I can do. But I will try to, I have a lot of response. I don't want people just asking me and without answer is rude. So I try my best to answer, and I want to keep my response rate to 80, 90. I always try. Yeah.
So
it is very, very difficult, because nobody take care of. I mean, me and my husband, only 2 people manage the Facebook. I don't ask anybody else to manage it. I can ask somebody, but I don't want to. Yeah.
Well, I think that's one of the really important lessons out of Facebook, is that it's really important for the person who's running the restaurant to be managing the Facebook, because it's, at the end of the day, it's about you. It's about your restaurant.
Yes.
It's hard for someone else to tell your story, isn't it?
I cannot, because they are not me.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very important.
How many people work in the restaurant? Is it just you and your husband?
I am the head chef. No, my husband is only for the photography, and then the editing, and then I have, for the restaurant, I have 1 major helper. I mean, and she is the assistant, my assistant. And then, if I have many customers, I cannot do all the way, because I have to serve, I have to cook, and I have to, I cannot, I treat my customer like my families, and then, customers, we are human beings. They need to be cared. I need to insist this. So the customer want to see me. I cannot just cooking without talking to them. So I need 1 to 2 helpers when I have more customers coming for dinner or lunch. Yeah, important, very interactive way. I mean, customer and my kitchen. They came to my kitchen to see how I cook, because my cooking, my kitchen, they can see all the way. I have a small kitchen, and then, I mean, we are very close.
Yep. So do you get many people, international travellers, coming to the restaurant?
Yes. The day before, yes. They came South Africa, came from the US, came from Singapore, Taiwan, Malaysia.
How do they find out about you? Is it from your Facebook work? Is it because of the fact that you've built up this?
Yes, some of them from the Facebook. I don't know, and I asked the customer. They are the couple. They're the couple. They're from South Africa, and they told me that they read an article from CNN, rate me as the 10 best restaurant in Hong Kong.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's fantastic, isn't it? To be getting customers from as far away as South Africa. Amazing.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah.
So do you book out in advance then?
Yes, 2 to 3 weeks in advance at least, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, because my humble kitchen is small, maximum 20 people, then they have to book. and to make sure the food is fresh. I don't keep stock, no stock, and then I need the payment in advance because I don't want to waste the food. If you order, then you have to pay first. Not about the money; it's about the food. I don't want to waste it.
Yes.
Of course, in the end, I will lose the money. I don't want to. Yes.
Yep. No, I think a lot of people are moving towards that because, particularly in a small restaurant, you've only got 20 seats. If 4 people don't turn up, that makes it very difficult for you to earn a living then, doesn't it? If 4 people don't turn up.
Yes. Yeah, because I'm just running a small, very small restaurant. Yeah. And I don't keep any stock of food.
So
they eat fresh from the market.
It sounds great. Now, with Twitter, do you share the videos that you create on Facebook also on Twitter?
Twitter, I did. I'm actually, that I am the first verified chef in Twitter, and I am, but I did not do much on Twitter because Twitter is not very popular in Hong Kong. But even though I have increasing my followers to 20,000 now without post anything, but I'm really ashamed of this, but it's still increasing the numbers. Yes. The Twitter from the Twitter staff, the management level, are surprised as well. Yeah.
It is really interesting because you've only got 68 tweets, but yet 21,000 followers. So obviously people are seeing your profile from Facebook and following you on Twitter, which is amazing. How about YouTube? Do you do a lot of work with
YouTube? YouTube, I am also ashamed because I did not do much YouTube, but the people, I think I have not much subscriber or the followers from YouTube because YouTube we don't really like because the YouTube always have not very good. I'm not saying that I don't accept negative feedback, but the most of the people don't really. How can I express my feeling? Sometimes the people give very negative feedback to the YouTuber. Yeah, I don't really like it. Yeah.
There are quite a few people who find that with, and it's interesting how...
Do you have that feeling? Yeah.
On YouTube, you can find people being a little bit more aggressive and saying, nastier things.
Yeah, nasty.
Which doesn't really help anyone, does it?
But if I have more time, I will still try work hard on the YouTube because I know the YouTube is a great potential to draw people attention, and then so I gain more followers.
Now,
I will be very happy.
LinkedIn, you use LinkedIn quite a bit, which I think is really interesting because not many chefs are very good at LinkedIn. What sort of things do you do in LinkedIn?
Yeah, because I have, very lucky these years, I have a lot of the interviews. Then I want to let people know I think LinkedIn is more commercial. I want to, because of nobody did it, I want to do it because I want to share. It is a good thing. I'm not cheating people, James. I just want people to know about me. And I'm doing just a chef, food industry. People can get connected easily, no matter you're from China, you're from America, you're from Europe, and you're from Australia. I think food can connecting people. So I want to, as I said, I want to share. And then I don't say I want to show off anything, but I just want to share to people. I want to, the happiness. Yeah.
It's amazing the work that you've done on LinkedIn because you've got 42,000 followers on LinkedIn, which is, that in itself is quite amazing.
Yes, but it's difficult as well because not really. But I think majority, 99% the people, some of a little bit people will like ignore me, but I won't give up. I just want people to know, and then this is because I think I have a story to tell people that to make the inspiration.
What sort of posts do you put on LinkedIn?
Post I will every time if I have some interesting things I will post. Recently I post, I work for luckily I can work as a guest chef for the JW Marriott Group. Then I will just let them know that my activity. What I'm doing now.
Yep.
To keep people, and connecting people is very important. Yeah.
So you've
before I'm lack of confidence. It changed a lot. I mean, not for the money. I don't earn much money this year, but I can earn the experience, the friendship. Yeah, this year, the people sometimes will help me. I mean, it's really blessing things that I can gain.
And I think that's the amazing thing is how you've used social media to create such a great network of people who are just really interested in the food that you're cooking.
Yes.
At what point did you start getting noticed by the media? Because you some of the media accolades are amazing. That the articles that have been written about you. What was the sort of start of you getting noticed by the media? How did that sort of come about?
You mean the media came to me, the local and the foreign media?
Yes. Yeah. What was it?
How they approached me?
Yeah.
First of all, I did not pay for all the media, not a penny, and they came just want to write something about me. Yeah, I did not pay any media so far.
What was it about your story that made you stand out?
My story. Maybe they think it is interesting for just I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe small place and humble kitchen, a woman working, just 1 to 2 people working here in the small kitchen, serving to the customer, home cooking, and maybe they have some angle to write. I really don't know. I'm not them, but
there's one article that was written about you which I love, and it's called. The title of it is "The Iron Lady of Private Cuisine."
Not really. I don't know how to explain. Iron Lady. I'm not. I'm very weak sometimes.
But very good at Facebook.
But honestly, before I have lots of I have. Have you read about my documentary? That is the story about I have a painful time in the office before.
No, I haven't.
Complained by the boss. Yeah. Have you? No,
I haven't. No, I haven't seen that. We'll include a link.
I will
in the
send
show
it to
notes.
you.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, it is filmed by the Hong Kong government.
Yep.
It is 22 minutes all about me. It's not helped me to promote anything, but we have actually, and they talk about how I face the reality. I mean, I can send it to you, James. Yeah.
That would be really good because I think it's really interesting. A lot of people sort of end up running a restaurant and they didn't plan on running a restaurant, but because of the fact that, they have a passion or an interest or an ability to cook food. And I think it's obviously a lot more successful when you've got that passion for people to be able to, because that comes across with your guests. You need to have that passion for providing with a great experience.
I love to share, yeah.
Yep. But the thing that's amazing about you is how you've been able to generate such a strong social media following, which has helped you to be successful, because there's a lot of people out there who, and it's one of the things that we see all the time, people who are really great cooks, they're cooking their family's food or their country's food if they've moved to a new country. And that's a big thing too for people who, emigrate to new countries. Often they don't speak the language. So a kitchen is a really a place where, the language barrier isn't as big a setback for them. But without that social media or some sort of marketing, some sort of way of differentiating themselves, it can be really, really tough for them.
I know. Yeah. So that's why I said I'm very lucky. Many people can cook good food, not just me. I mean, in the world. I work hard, before, but still. But I think I have lucky, and then, and I have a small kitchen, and then I don't need to pay the rent. So in Hong Kong, it's very expensive. In Hong Kong, if you rent just like 200, 300 square feet meters, it is very expensive. And so lucky, then I can have my own kitchen. Then I can do anything.
I've heard you say lucky a few times, but the interesting thing I find is that the harder you work, the luckier you get. So there's probably an element of hard work there, isn't there?
It has been a hard time before because I'm not used to carry heavy things. So basically, James, my neck, my leg, my knees is not very good now. I cannot do too much cooking now. So yeah.
How far is the market from the restaurant?
If I drive, sometimes I have to drive because I cannot carry too much heavy things all the time. It's 10 minutes from here to the market. Yeah.
Lovely. So what advice would you give for the restaurant owners out there who are just starting out with social media? So they haven't posted on Facebook before. They don't understand Twitter. What advice would you give them to start that journey?
I think the reality thing is, they have to prepare money because, sometimes, because before that I'm not just cooking. I maybe I forgot to explain. For the first few months, I don't just cook. I mean, I just make my sandwiches to sell it outside the road. I mean, it is a tough time. I don't earn money for the first like a few months. I cook. I have a coffee machine and I make my own sandwich, the soybean sauce, take it outside, put a table on the street and sell it to people. And this is a very tough time at the moment. And I spent a lot of the money where I worked in the office before, and then I was frustrated at the moment. I want to quit. And if I want advice that they might have to save the money, and they have enough money to make the turnover. I'm not saying that I have a lot of money at that time, but I want, because lucky this is my own property. If people have to rent it, they have to prepare the cash flow. Yeah, the cash flow is very important. Otherwise, you might be, cash flow is very important, and use the heart, of course, and people will feel it. Yeah, everything. You do everything, you have to use heart. Not using heart, I use my heart to cook then, but I did not really how to explain, but I would advise the people who want to have the restaurant, then they have really, really plan to have enough cash flow. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How about starting out on Facebook? What would your advice be to someone who wants to start with Facebook?
To start the Facebook, I think they need a very good content, because I found before I don't really don't know what is the main theme of my Facebook, but I know it now. But the people like my cooking and like my video. That is the content. Then the people looking for Choy or even Grace, and Grace, they share the recipe. I mean, the content is very important. Until today, I still want to find good content on my Facebook. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Grace, for sharing your
James.
Your great story. And
thank you very much, James.
So yes, what we'll do is in the show notes we'll include a link to that that documentary about your life. I think that'd be really interesting for people to see. Yeah,
I will send it to you. It's in English. Yes.
Yep. Excellent. Well, thank you very much.
So thank you.
So there you go. Now, I was really keen to talk to Grace because of a couple of things. So CNN ranked her as one of Hong Kong's top 10 best private kitchens. Most like Chinese restaurant on Facebook. And as we said, over 400,000 fans. Twitter's first verified chef in Greater China, which is absolutely amazing because she's only tweeted 68 times. That's, and I think that's the interesting illustration of just how you get that flow-on effect from a really strong Facebook presence flowing into Twitter. LinkedIn power profile, interviewed by lots and lots of media, and you can see the kind of advantage that she's getting from that, being able to attract international tourists from all over the world, and to have her little kitchen, her little restaurant booked out 2 weeks in advance. The thing that I find really amazing about this is that she is a great cook who's married it up with great marketing. So many times I speak to restaurant owners who are great cooks and they're struggling. They can't make wages. They have to pay cash. They don't know how they're going to make payroll. They don't know how they're going to pay the lease. And, they're working, 70 hours a week. They're working 70 hours a week. Well, it's the old saying, isn't it? How do you make $100,000 in hospitality? It's easy. You take two $50,000 jobs and you work both of them. This is why so many restaurant owners are working 80 hours a week. It's not because they love being in their restaurant. It's more like a prison term, and they are in there because they need to save. They don't have that $50,000 to spend on the wages for someone else. You need to have a really good think about what it is that you're trying to achieve and how you're going to achieve it. And far too often we see great restaurants with great food and great experiences being outmarketed by crappy restaurants who have got some pretty slick marketing in there. I think it's really important that you try and level the playing field with a little bit of marketing of your own that, as Grace sort of alluded to, all she's doing is telling her story. She's sharing her recipes. She is letting her passion be seen by the world. That's all she's doing. And that's what's making such a big difference for her. And that is what can make such a big difference for you. So if you've got any questions, I think go through your website, go through your Facebook account, go through your marketing plan. If you don't have a marketing plan, you're probably being outmarketed. If you don't have, a strong SEO strategy, you're probably being outmarketed. If you're not thinking about Facebook, then you're definitely being outmarketed. These are the things you need to be thinking about. If you need any help, of course, Marketing for Restaurants, we're here to help you. This is what we do, and it's what we're passionate about, because I love working with people who are great chefs, but, sort of struggle with great stories. So many people have got amazing stories, amazing talent. They just need help in telling that story, and that's what we're here to do. So with that, you all have an outstanding day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Want more customers for your restaurant, cafe or takeout? Every month, our marketing tools and information are used by thousands of restaurant owners just like you to help them find more customers and turn them into repeat customers. All of our tools and information is designed specifically for restaurant owners. We know you don't have a lot of time to spend marketing or learning complicated procedures, so our tools are quick and easy to use. If you're looking to increase your revenue and profits or want to work less hours, check out marketingforrestaurants.com.